Hello, dear grade 12 students. It's my pleasure to welcome you all to this new session. Our lesson today is speaking about topics related to the environment. So please, dear students, get your students' book ready on page 132. But before diving into our lesson, let's have a look at our objectives. So by the end of this lesson, students are expected to 1. Generate ideas relating to environmental issues. And the second objective is express and justify opinion on environmental issues. So let's get started. Read the following conversation between a father and his son and decide what they are talking about. Father, I was studying a science lesson in which I didn't understand the term. Can you explain it, please? It's an easy term, son. It refers to the plants, coral reefs, animals, and other organisms that live in the sea or ocean. So, dear students, can you decide what they are talking about? Excellent. So they are talking about marine life. Which of the following statements would you agree with? The words marine life is safe from any threats. Or the words marine life is threatened by various factors. Good. So the words marine life is threatened by various factors. So let's start with activity A, in which you are going to look at the question on the card, brainstorm and note down some ideas that could be used to answer the question. Think about the three aspects given and others that you come up with. So the title is Threats to Marine Life, and here we can divide it into two categories. The first one is human threats as opposed to another types of threats. So please take your time. I'll give you 2 minutes to note down some idea in the mind map. All right, so let's start with the human threats. Yes? Excellent. Overfishing. This could be a threat to marine life. The second one is pollution. Very good. It's an important factor that can threaten marine life. And the third one is global warming. Very good. What about the second category of the threat to marine life? It's natural threats. Like what? Can you give me example? Good. Climate change. And the second one is volcanoes. Very, very good. And now you are going to listen to someone speaking about the threats to the environment. So please, dear students, read the question carefully, then answer them.
Speaking. B.
All right.
Listen to someone answering the question on the card and note down his ideas. Does the speaker mention any of the ideas you came up with? Which ones? What other ideas does the speaker mention?
In what ways is the world's marine life threatened? That's a really interesting question. There are actually several things that are a threat to marine life, and I think they are all caused by humans. To begin with, there are many different forms of pollution. There is rubbish, plastic bags, for example. Sea turtles might eat them and die. Also, factories dump chemicals into rivers, which end up in the sea, where they pollute the water and poison fish. Oil spills are dangerous too, since they hurt the flora and fauna in coastal areas. A second major threat is fishermen. In order to increase the number of fish they catch, they don't, follow fishing laws, and they end up overfishing in some areas. On top of that, fishermen often use very harmful fishing methods that destroy whole ecosystems. Lastly, there is the threat of global warming. Rising sea temperatures harm, for example, coral reefs. And fish have to migrate to cooler waters or they die.
Rising sea temperatures harm, for example, coral reefs. And fish have to migrate to cooler waters or they die.
All right, so let's answer question number 1. Does the speaker mention any of the ideas you came up with? The answer is yes, of course. Good. So what are the idea or which ones? The first one is pollution. What about the second one? It's about overfishing. And the third one, global warming. Excellent. So let's see exactly which idea are mentioned about pollution. Throwing rubbish. The second one is chemicals. And the third one, oil spills. Perfect. Very good. What about overfishing? He says that it is destroying ecosystem. Excellent. And the last threat, which is global warming, what did he say about it? He says that fish are obliged to migrate. Very, very good. So to save the environment, we have to think of some solution. That's why I'd like you in this exercise to think of solutions that can be implemented to protect marine creatures in your country. You are already provided by one, so please have a look at the picture and try to get the message. So the message is, yes, be part of the solution, not the pollution. Very good. So you can be part of the solution, not the problem, not the pollution. Good. Please have a look at the picture and the title and answer the following question. Why did the Ministry of Municipality and Environment decided to close Fueret Beach? I repeat the question. Why did the Ministry of Municipality and Environment decided to close Fueret Beach? Can you tell me why? Yes? It could be a solution. Good. A solution to what? A solution to save? To save turtle. Excellent. So, one of the possible solutions can be closing the beaches for some time as decided by the Ministry of Municipality and Environment that has announced the closure of Fueret Beach for the implementation of Turtles project, which aims at, so the aim or the objective is preserving them from extinction, which means disappearing. All right, so let's move on. Here's another environmental issue about endangered animals. Classify the ideas on the right according to the given headings. Then, think of more benefits of the suggested solution. So, we have the problem, solution, then benefits. All right, so did you identify what the problem is? Yes. So the problem is endangered animals. Very good. What about the solution to this problem? It's to keep animals in zoos. Perfect. What about the benefits? So the first benefit is education. Good. And the second one is conservation. Well done. And now you are going to discuss in pairs and talk about 1. The benefit of keeping animals in zoos. you may use the idea provided below. Number 2, you are going to list the benefits of keeping animals in the zoo from the most to the least important ones. So let's have a look at the idea below. The first one is visitors see animals up close. Number 2, appreciate wildlife. The third one, environmentally conscious. Number 4, protected from threat of extinction, habitat loss, poachers, extreme weather, predators, and etc. Next idea, living conditions. Support breeding programs, endangered species, and treated by specialist doctors. So, dear students, to express your idea and in order to be more convincing, it's recommended that you use certain expressions, phrases, and linking words. Let's start with the first type, which is phrases to express opinion. And I'm quite sure that you know most of them, if not all of them. The first one is, I think that, in my opinion. Also, you can use the expression, I strongly believe that, or from my point of view. Of course, there are lots of other phrases, such as to my mind. And while discussing, you may agree with the opinion of the other speaker, as you may disagree. So, to show agreement, you may use the following phrases, such as, that's true, absolutely. You may also use the phrase exactly, that's a good point, or I can't agree more. And to make your idea connected, you have to use certain linking words, such as, to begin with. Another example of linking words is not only, but also. You may also use one of the most benefit, or another important benefit is. In addition to that, you may use the phrase moreover, or the linking word furthermore. So, remember, dear students, that it's necessary to use this expression to convey the message and to be more convincing. And now it's your turn, my lovely students, to present a conversation on the benefits of keeping animals in the zoo. And here is a starter to facilitate your job. Let me read it for you. To begin with, I think one of the benefits of zoos is that they offer people the opportunity to see various animal species up close. Wild animals, especially that are not native to their own country, such as lions and elephants. Let's listen to speaker B. That's true. Thanks to zoos, people are given the chance to see animals that otherwise they would only get to see in a documentary or a film. I also think zoos are enormously educational. You get to learn all kinds of fascinating facts about the different animals during a visit, such as what their diet consists of, as well as information about their natural habitat. Now you are going to pause the video for 5 minutes, prepare your conversation, and get ready to present it for your classmates. All right, so let's now see some of your colleagues' work. Speaker A, the other benefit of zoos, of course, is the animals themselves. There are people out there who are very critical of zoos and believe that keeping a wild animal in captivity is cruel. But we should stop to consider their important role in actually helping to protect animals threatened with extinction. In particular, animals are protected from poachers, but also from things such as extreme weather conditions or even other predators. Not only that, but zoos contribute to the survival of endangered species through breeding programs, don't they? Absolutely. And sometimes they also provide a home for rescued or abandoned animals, like animals which have been mistreated. What would happen to these animals if zoos didn't exist? Exactly. Zoos offers animals a safe home where they can have access to the best care medical treatment from specialist doctors. That's a good point. Another benefit we haven't mentioned yet concerns research. Having access to a large number of species allows researchers to conduct studies easily and increase the scientific knowledge on various animals. For instance, we are able to learn much more about animal behavior. B. And some of the knowledge gained can be used to make breeding programs or other conservation programs more successful. Dear students, that's all for today. Thanks a lot and see you next time.